I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
What the hell's going on out here?
Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast, Volume 197. Imagine that. We're the spinoff of The Two Dicks. It's a web series. It's on YouTube. Moronic Detectives Comedy 1954. Check it out. I'm Al Romas. I'm in Clearwater, Florida. That's Al Ducharme. He's on a cruise ship somewhere in Alaska. He'll tell us where he is. And let's check in now. How are you today, Alfredo?
Hello, Al. We're in Ketchikan, Alaska, the 50th state. Are we the 50th? We fucking live here.
I thought that was Hawaii.
I thought Hawaii was the 50th. This is the 49th. 1954.
Yeah, it's overrated no matter what it is.
1954?
Alaska.
Prepare for correction.
On January 3rd, 1959, the territory of Alaska was established as the 49th state of the United States of America.
1954, that's our web series, The Two Dicks.
Or is it 56?
We're in 1954.
It became a state.
Could be
It was
56.
a territory. Anyways, I'm here in Ketchikan.
I don't know.
I started my my travels from Los Angeles. I had a layover in San Francisco, flew to Anchorage, spent the evening in a hotel about 5 miles away from the airport. And there's like 17 hotels right next to the airport, but somebody wanted to save $40, so it cost me $50 in Ubers back and forth. It's just like
Hotel shuttle.
No hotel shuttle. Nope. I talked to Brad Mastrangelo, who just did this. He said he took the hotel shuttle. They put him at a different hotel. So I'm going to submit the receipts, and if they say they're not going to reimburse him, I'm like, well, then instead of saving $40, put the comedians, entertainers right next to the airport.
But they do throw you some travel money, so that could be in that 40.
I had to take a 2.5-hour bus from the airport. I had to go back to the airport and then take a 2.5-hour bus ride to Seward, Alaska, with a very verbose, talkative, same thing, bus driver. And it says it's the shortest bus ride, but it's you get a talkative bus driver who tells you about the entire drive. Okay, we're coming up. We're coming up on some trees.
Over the PA.
The entire time.
No.
And this guy, you see my microphone here. It's a handheld. People that are on our Patreon page can see it. This guy said, "I don't have my headset today, so I'm using a hand mic." And he's got the big steering wheel. And he goes, "So there are times when I'm going to have to stop talking, put my mic down, and put both hands on the wheel, especially when we get to some of these turns." It's just like, well, shut the fuck up.
Ugh. Yeah,
it was horrible.
We don't need the tour. We're good. We're good, sir.
Even if it was
nobody
intermittent.
cares about Seward.
He spoke 89 to 90% of the time, just spoke. And he gave us a history of where he was. I'm originally from Arizona. I was driving for FedEx, and then
he's a pedophile. He's hiding in Alaska.
He's a
That's who you are, sir.
He's hiding in Alaska.
Yeah. Anyone in Alaska, not born and raised there, is hiding. There's shit going on.
They're running away from something.
I drive a bus in Seward because I'm very normal, and this is the life I've chosen. No. Nope.
You're running from a marriage. You're running from the law. You're running from reality. You're
All
running.
Three? Oh, you're on the run.
You're on the run.
Runners don't do well either. Runners don't. They say 10 years, I think, is the max. They're either caught or they commit suicide. People on the run. Generally, it's kind of like lottery winners. They don't do well.
Yeah, well, they say a lot of people when they're running will commit suicide during like a 100-yard dash.
They run. Yeah, the 100 is the tough one. I used to do 440 in high school.
Wow.
I would run the 440 and the 880, but not as good. 440, I'm pretty good. 880, not great.
No, past tense, you were pretty good.
Hey, wait a second. I could still run a 100-yard dash, but I might probably pull two hammies. And what was the guy? Who's the guy? The comic in New York? I was just thinking he was a baseball player in college, and he went out. He was like the Mets had an opening day. Pre spring training. They let people who were baseball players could come for that day, kind of try out. It was an open audition tryout deal. I forget who this was, and he went. And he was a good baseball player, and he said he hit first pitch he hit a rope, like a single, and he took off because he was going to stretch it to a double. And as he went around first, he pulled both hamstrings, both just ripped. And that was the end of that. He goes, and he had to drive home, and he had a VW with a 5-speed. And working the clutch and his legs, he was crying.
Who
in
was
pain
that?
On the LIE. I can't. It's either, and I could be wrong. I think it was Kevin James's brother, Gary Valentine.
Oh, Gary Valentine.
Pretty sure it was Gary. Yeah, because
Right.
he and Kevin were both decent athletes, and but he said, yeah, he had to drive home, and he goes, he was just crying in pain because every time he had to push the clutch, and his legs are just fucking gone. Went home, got in the tub, and just laid in a hot tub for hours, just soaked, and was like, "Fuck it, I'm done. I'm done.
I worked.
Can't play anymore."
I did the Nantucket Comedy Festival with him, and he hadn't been on stage in a while. 5 minutes in, he drops his pants.
Really? Well,
He drops his pants, and then lifts his shirt and pushes his belly out, and he's wearing like tidy whities, and pushes his belly out. I don't remember the material, but the audience was like, "Whoa, whoa!"
yeah, yeah. Well, it's not easy being a famous guy's brother, I guess.
I know.
You know? And it's kind of weird. Whenever he's working somewhere, it's promoted as, a lot of them. The clubs will use brother of Kevin James, as seen on the King of Queens. Or it's like, okay, I don't know if you have to put brother of, but whatever.
Well, his brother kept him employed, as he should have.
Yeah.
He was a series semi-regular or recurring?
He was a regular.
He was a regular.
He was the cousin, and he was in,
Yeah,
and then he was in the other one, the other Long Island show. I forget what that was called, when Kevin had another show on Long Island.
Kevin Can Wait, or Can't Wait.
Kevin, Kevin Can Wait.
Wasn't it a takeoff?
Remember that they had that wife?
2 seasons.
They had a wife the first season,
Oh,
and then they
she
went,
got
"Oh, we don't
fired.
like her. We're going to kill her." They killed her off, and they brought Leah Remini back to be like his girlfriend.
Yep.
Like what?
And they said they really didn't address much of it. It was
They did. They never. That's right. They didn't mention it. And they has kids, and the kids never go like, "Where's mom?" Or
"Where's
what
mom?
happened?
What's happening?" Nothing. They went.
Why do you have a girlfriend now?
And the ratings popped. The ratings popped for like 8 episodes.
One episode. Yeah.
But hey, it's very difficult, as we know.
It's hilarious.
Getting it,
it's hilarious.
Even when you're famous and you got everything locked in place, it's very hard to maintain.
No, I get it.
Going,
hey, we go to the Helen Keeney well quite often. You know what I mean? Got to bring them back. You got to bring back the winners.
Got to bring the heavy hitters in. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's out of here.
Yeah, this works. Bring her back. Bring her back.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're in where? Where today as we record? Because this is a decent connection. I'm shocked by the Wi-Fi on your.
Well,
end.
the audio is great.
Pretty good.
There's a slight delay in your lips. I'm seeing on my screen, but that's the Patreon members will have to suck it up. Other than that, it's pretty good. I'm in Ketchikan. I'm in Ketchikan today. So tomorrow. Oh, I see. He's doing shtick. He's doing Al Ducharme comedy right there. He's moving his lips like a out of sync Asian film.
Yes.
I said Asian.
Yes, and then then you'll add dialogue underneath later after you're done editing.
Oh, great idea.
How we doing? How we doing, by the way? We got a new episode. It's called Vegas Dicks. We shot it in Vegas. You probably have heard about it if you've listened to the podcast. We got John Caponero, John Bizarre, Frank Del Pizzo, Kelly, Bernie. We've got quite a cast, and we filmed while we were at the Tropicana doing shows. It was very rat-packy. We did shows at night. We filmed all day. We drank. We had sex with broads. We smoked cigarettes. It was quite a thing. And now we're waiting, and we're going to debut it on the Patreon. When's that going to happen, Alfredo? Give us the date. Break the news. Here we go. Floor is yours.
The floor is mine. It's been arduous editing, probably the most difficult one so far. And we did a lot of green screen, and it's very challenging. And I'm hoping that we get to air it, because right now it's just not up to par. But let me just say that Frank Del Pizzo has 2 lines, and he's flawless. And that's one of the highlights so far. But I will say Frank is perfect.
Frank Del Piso.
I think we did.
Maybe
We did 3 quick takes. We kept the camera rolling, and each one I'm like, I can use all 3 of these. He was just. We changed the line. We changed the line slightly. But
I love guys like that who took it seriously. Frank had the suit on. He was there early. He knew his line, and then he took off when we were done. He was. That's a pro, real pro.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't hang out. Didn't question anything. Just what do you need me to do? Done. See you tonight. That was great.
Yes.
So looking forward to seeing that clip.
Everybody was great. Actually, everybody is great in it. It's just we had a lot of technical issues, and I let my guard down a little bit because we had a friend of ours, Rick D'Elia, behind the camera who has a lot of experience. Unfortunately, we didn't realize that he
doesn't have a lot of eyesight.
He doesn't have a lot of eyesight
or hearing.
He had 2 pairs of glasses on his head, not on his face, on his head.
No.
And we're like, okay, we're ready to roll. He goes, oh, wait, I can't find my glasses. And everybody goes, he wasn't kidding. And they go, dude, they're on your head. He goes, oh. And he puts his glasses on. He's got like bifocals in one, and I don't trifocals in the other.
Should have been a sign. I don't know how we missed that, to be honest. But
and then I look at all the
hearing is not good.
And then he soils himself constantly. He's like a fountain, and he was wearing khaki pants. So I love Rick.
Sure, I did. I did love him until he fucking ruined our short. But
he didn't ruin it. He just his eyesight,
and
then my lovely wife Bernadette Pauly, who makes a cameo in it. She has horrendous eyesight. So I figured the 2 of them together would cancel one another out.
Oh God!
There's a lot of unfocused stuff, and then some of the best takes are out of focus, and we're just going to have to count on people watching a majority of them on their phone and not giving us too much flack. But let's end that. Let's talk about something else.
Watch this on your phone.
Yes.
Sir?
You made a couple of purchases or acquired a couple of things. One purchase was made at the Cathedral Cigar Lounge, and the other was a Facebook Marketplace. Can we let's go with the A Fuente.
Yeah, this is over at Grand Cathedral in Tampa, where you've been. We did a podcast, in fact, from there back in wherever that was, January maybe.
January,
I don't remember
think,
February, but January.
Mm-hmm.
And great place. And anyway, I was leaving last night, and then I saw these boxes set up next to the register of Cubano, Cafe Cubano, Cuban coffee in little Keurig pods, and thought, what the hell, let me give it a shot. And this is my 3rd one of the day, and they are tremendous. So if you're looking they didn't have regular bags of coffee, they just had the pods as of now, but they work, and they're great.
Fuente made a deal
score.
Because the Cathedral only sells Fuente cigars, because they're
they've expanded a bit now. They have some others, but generally it's 85% Fuente, and he put his name on this. You got branding. A Fuente Cafe Cubano, and that is, I mean, what's better than that when you can make money? Just, hey, can we use your name on these? Yep, pay me. That's pretty good. That's what you want.
Donald Trump was
delicious coffee if you're in the market.
Yep, Donald Trump. They put his name on a building, and they give him $2 million a year.
Vodka. Yeah,
but
remember
seriously,
Trump vodka, Trump knives, Trump the board game, Trump everything.
The check cleared. It's interesting because the board game is something that he could use.
And now he's being raided.
Yeah, so what's the deal now? Because I don't understand what's happening. So he tweets he's been raided. CNN puts on Trump's house is raided, but the newscaster saying he wasn't raided. The FBI was exercising a search warrant. So
a no-knock warrant.
Here it is. It's saying raided on the ticker underneath her, and then she's saying it wasn't a raid. It was like, can anybody get on the same page here? And then Fox is going the complete other way.
His version.
Yeah. But I think all the news things said raid in the beginning.
Well, it's dramatic. Get your eyes. But
the BBC is not.
The thing is, Well, it's got to be evidence, though. You get a no-knock warrant. That's not. They're not handing those out to any. There's a reason they thought that he's got some stuff there from the White House. It might be in his Mar-a-Lago. The tweets were hilarious that night it happened, though. The memes were starting already, and people were so fucking funny with it. It's the most beautiful knock warrant that's ever been seen. This is, this thing.
Well, it's just never been done to a president
before.
out.
And then today,
a former president. Yeah.
He's not the president. Yeah, and today he was taking the fifth. Remember all those famous tweets from? There's always a tweet from him about something. Mm-hmm. And years ago, he was like, "I don't understand. If you're honest, who would take the fifth? There's no reason to take the fifth if you're honest." And then today, that's all he did. I'm taking the fifth. I'm taking the fifth. So there's always a tweet to find.
Well, it must be deeper legal stuff now because, from what I understand, they say all presidents take stuff and then they go through it and they keep and they move shit around and they give it back. They apparently
Ford took Pat Nixon's underwear. That's what I had heard. Gerald Ford.
Yep.
Yeah, he took all of Pat Nixon's underwear when they were leaving on the helicopter, and before her people could go get her clothes and everything. But Jerry Ford went in there and snatched it all.
Yeah, but that's because J. Edgar Hoover had something on him and said, "You get me her panties, and I will bury this file. I will bury the dirt on you. You get me Pat's panties."
Edgar looked. That's right.
Pat's panties.
J. Edgar was Pat's panties. That's not a bad. That's not a bad marketing name. Pat's panties. Mm-hmm. You know, Pat Nixon especially. Make it if you make the model that Pat Nixon wore. I bet they would sell today with the Republican faithful. I think people would go, "I'm getting my wife a pair of Pat Nixon's panties."
I think you're right.
That's America.
Yeah,
I think they would sell.
Made in China.
There's that great clip when Trump's on with Letterman and Letterman shows his ties.
Yes.
He goes, "I see these are all made in China," and Trump literally just goes, "Hey, what are you gonna do?" He just starts laughing. What are you gonna do?
It's his biggest profit margin, of course.
It was great.
He's a
it was hilarious.
Man.
What are you gonna
do? He's a businessman. He's no dummy. He's like, wait a minute, I can make 80% profit margin versus 40. Yeah, I'm going to China.
Gotta do it. Got to do it. Hey, when I flew back, you probably have had this happen. You're a pro traveler. I went through security at Newark and go through the whole thing, putting my shoes on, I get a text. United Airlines, your flight is canceled.
Bing.
I just got through security, for God's sake. I still had 3 hours because it was a 2:00 flight and they canceled it at 9 a.m. for whatever. Just no reasoning, just you're canceled. And I see people who they're going and they start scattering. Everyone's like, "Oh, getting the text," so they all run to the United counter to talk to someone.
But my buddy Al is a pro. He gets on his phone.
You got that right. I get on the United app. I see my flight, and underneath is an option. Choose earlier flight. I look at it. There's a 10:05.
Boom.
It's 9:20. There's a 10:05. Boom. Standby. Boom. I go to there. I look. I'm number 2 for standby.
Nice.
Number 2. And check in. Guy goes, we'll call you in a little bit. Boom. Within 2 minutes after that, I get a text.
Nice.
Here's your seat. Here's your boarding pass. I end up back home 4 hours earlier than I would have at least 4 hours.
Motherfucking move, mofos. Pay attention.
The days of going on, talking to someone.
Oh, my God.
Standing on a line. What do you... Those people, they're probably still there.
I told...
no other flight. Everything was sold out till Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's like getting on a plane. You know.
We spoke about this a couple of podcasts ago when I had a canceled flight at 10:30 at night, and there was like 4 or 5 flights that were canceled. Everybody gets in that line. It looped around. It was a 2-hour line. Your buddy Al gets on his app.
That's right.
I was on the plane because they kept us on the plane for like an hour and a half, and
Smart.
I already reserved my room, and all the rooms were already sold out because they had previous flights that were canceled. So I went out 20 minutes from the airport, reserved my room. There was only one left, and then we went right to the curb, left our luggage on the plane, went right to the curb, got into an Uber, boom, half hour later,
You're in a hotel
I'm in a
bed,
hotel.
and they're still standing in the
There's
in
people
the airport.
sleeping on the floor of the airport.
That's right.
Like
and you let them
hundreds.
sleep in your room. You charged them $50
them
and you go,
$50.
sleep on my floor.
Right.
Sleep on my floor, fuckers.
$50. I don't have $50. Well, a handy. Give me a handy.
Oh, I don't care. Ooh, you go with a stranger? You take a handy from a stranger?
No.
I don't know. I don't
I want to
think
at least
that's,
shake their hand first,
Shake their handy first?
Yeah. Shake their hand.
I have a
little
joke
chat.
that doesn't work. I have a joke that doesn't really work. Big news flash.
Why don't you share it with us? Share the joke that doesn't work.
Well, but why did we put the word only in America? We made the hand job. We made it work. We made it a job, which is a mistake because you don't want something that's not sexy. Oh, give me a hand job. I got to work. Where other countries like England, it's a wank. That's fun. That's delightful. I'll do a wank. I'll take a wank. I'll give a wank. That's a good time. No work involved, but a job. So that was a mistake. America, we made it the hand job. You see what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying.
That joke doesn't work unless I go anyone from out of the U.S. here, and then if you get some guy from Brazil or some shit, then it kills because he's got a funny word for hand job, guaranteed. And then I can stand up there going, "Oh, I'll take that all day," and that's hilarious. But the job, if it's just U.S.,
so it's a premise. It's not really a joke, and the joke is when somebody gives a response. That's a trick.
Right.
Another pro move.
Yeah, it's
by L.
It's
Romas.
a trick. And if I go anyone else from out of the U.S. and they go no, I go, oh, only the U.S. I go, and I just move right on. They don't even know that it's going to be something else there. But a lot of times you do get the Brazil guy, and then that's a good time. You know what I mean? He's got a sexy name. He's got a sexy word for hand job.
Yeah,
we laugh.
Well, prior to me dating and losing my virginity,
Richard,
I would say that my hand was fully employed for many years. Now it's just part time.
You masturbated a lot, is what you're saying, Alfred?
Yeah, I was trying to be clever about it.
Oh, well. Rosie Palm and her, five assistants?
Who's barking?
4 assistants.
Is that Teddy?
Kelly.
That's Kelly. She's a barker.
She didn't eat this morning. She barked.
Kelly didn't
She
eat
tends
this
to bark
morning.
and show her teeth. She shows her teeth.
Dude.
Yeah.
You know that there's
Teddy.
there's a surgery now you can do. It's been around for years. You can take out their
What's that?
Their barking voice box.
Kelly's?
Yes.
I like talking to her. I don't want her voice, but I enjoy our conversations. Why would I want to do that?
That's 2 Kelly jokes
terrible.
in a row. Is her hand fully employed?
Hey now. Hey, wait, she's an American. She doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to work.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, the dog kept us up all night.
All night?
Those all night.
Dude.
He sleeps in a crate next to the bed. So he's in the crate. I want out of here. Crying, scratching. We're like trying to ignore it. Crying, scratching.
I thought he was.
So we unzip. What's that?
He was crate trained, no?
He's crate trained, but he wanted out because he didn't.
No.
So then we put him.
You know
on
what's
the
going
bed.
on? You know what's going on?
Yeah. No, tell me.
He's being completely disciplined when you're home, and then when you leave town, Kelly doesn't come in the bed. She feeds him treats. She leaves his dish full all the time.
Is this what's happening?
And he's learning these bad behaviors because Kelly has a soft heart and she feels bad.
Is this what's happening when I'm away?
Oh my goodness, Bernadette is so guilty of this too. So she's not alone.
Yeah. Okay, maybe, but he did. He had these tennis balls. He ate the felt off the tennis balls. He pulled the felt off, swallowed that. We didn't see that. Then the carpet. He wants the carpet. He eats carpet. So at 3 a.m. or so, he went, and out came a fucking full,
gerbil
material type of collection of different things. So it went from the bed to the crate to bed to crate all night. Took him out, didn't do anything. Then he finally got sick, and I guess he fell asleep at some point. And but Kelly gets up at 5:30 in the morning, so she didn't. Her sleep was maybe an hour at best. I slept till about 7. So
he was restless because his stomach was upset. That's what it sounds like to me.
Seemingly, yes,
Okay.
seemingly. But it took a long time to get sick. He wouldn't go outside, wouldn't do anything outside, and then on the comforter. He's trying to dig through it like he's digging a hole in the dirt through the comforter. And God damn, when you're trying to sleep, man,
you guys are like 25-year-olds with a newborn. This is crazy.
I know, we're too old for this shit. It's like a movie. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Take Teddy for a ride about 25 miles away. That's what you got to do.
Oh boy!
All right, go sniff the grass.
That's old school. Then you come back and tell the kids he ran away. Yeah.
I keep seeing these videos now.
Back in the day,
the guy's driving. I was behind this car, and they got the dash cam, and they see a car pull over and let the dog out, and the dog's like, "Where you going? Where you going?" Then he gets out. He goes, "Oh, I guess I have a dog now." So some of it I believe is true, and others I'm like, "Is this contrived to get a viral video?" They go,
yes.
"Okay, well, I want you to take my dog and let him out, and I'll pretend that I'm saving
It's weird, man. I joined TikTok, which of course I'm 5 years too late. That's the way, whenever I joined. Anyway, I joined TikTok, and so you post, I'm posting videos and pictures and shit and things again. Like I'm getting like 250 on that views, likes 200, 300, and then I post a picture that Jimmy Carroll and I came up with years ago about Abbey Road and the Beatles crossing, and a guy getting annoyed, and that thing's now got 2,000 views and likes. It's like, why did that hit? When videos and pictures, you're getting 200, it just gets weird how like that, that one somehow clicked a little bit, where the other ones.
There was an anniversary. Wasn't there an anniversary of the Abbey Road crossing?
Yeah.
So
now you're gonna have my hashtags did it.
Yes. You put the Beatles.
Maybe I should just
hashtag.
Road. Anytime we post two dicks shit, I should hashtag it the Beatles.
No, because you did it on an anniversary, so you're getting an extra bump. If you did it like a week before or a month before, I guarantee you wouldn't have gotten that many views.
I like a bump. I like an extra bump, too. I'll do 2 bumps, but I like an extra. If someone goes, "You want an extra bump?" I'll do it. Fuck yeah. Yeah, man. Helps keep the weight off, Yeah.
All good.
All right.
What else is happening?
I don't know, man. I don't have a gig. I may have a gig though this weekend. I don't know. Another Off the Hook comedy club in Naples. The guy, I haven't worked there in a while. He texted me, "You available this weekend?" I wrote, "Yes." He wrote, "I may need you. I will be in touch." I said, "Okay." So may do a weekend in Naples at Off the Hook, or may not. Honestly, I'm at the position right now. If it comes in, I'll do it. If not, that's cool. You know what I mean?
That room
that's fine.
Originally was on San Marco, right? San Marco Island.
Marco Island.
Or not San Marco. Marco Island. Yes, I was in communication with him years and years ago. Is it the same owner? The same guy who moved it over to the? Where is it?
Yeah, moved it Naples.
Right, Naples downtown.
No,
South
not really
Naples?
downtown. I don't know if that's South Naples. I don't know. It's right near Bonita Springs, so it's on the Bonita Springs and then beginning of Naples. So I've only been there twice. I don't really know the location, but the club in Marco Island, that was a pretty fun room. It's okay. It's a seafood restaurant with a big stage in it. But he brings in some, killer acts, and
he brings in big names.
acts in there.
He's making money.
So, so maybe working this weekend, maybe not. Doesn't matter. Either way, all good.
Either way, this is going to be on Monday morning, so we'll find out if it happened or not.
Yeah,
if it happened, you'll talk about it.
Maybe if I decide, I don't know. Maybe next week we can do a mobile podcast because I'm going to be driving from Clearwater, Florida, to Columbia, Maryland, all day Thursday, 14 hours. So maybe we can do a pod during that. Well,
you're not doing an overnight?
And we don't want to. We're going to do an overnight on the way home, but we got to get up there. Can't be. We don't have enough time to be overnighting and then pull in the morning. Maybe I don't know. If we're beat up, we'll overnight. But my goal is to drive straight through. Get there.
Are you going to share the driving?
9:00. Teddy has taken a course. He seems to be doing well with it. So yeah, he's gonna jump up there when he can.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Throw the dog a bone, will you? Let him drive.
I don't allow women to drive. I'm a little bit old school. I don't
No.
like it.
No.
I like them to do their toenails while they smoke a cigarette, and and then
Now, what is
stay
the
quiet while I enjoy my music.
I understand. What is the head and face covering that Kelly wears on these drives? Did she take a picture of her driver's license wearing this?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, hey, let's talk a little bit. This just came up on the news.
Yeah.
What
do you got?
Women's basketball.
Yeah.
They are not allowed to have chartered flights. They have to take commercial flights. And with all this weather, all these weather issues, teams are sleeping. Speaking of which, sleeping in airports. So you have these like 6'3" tall women sleeping in airports overnight and then playing the next day half asleep.
Well, nobody's bothering them because nobody knows who the fuck they are because nobody watches the W.
Wow!
They could. The only one I ever heard of is in a Russian prison right now.
9 years.
The first time I heard a name of.
She's been in for 6
Okay.
months. She has 8.5 more to go. Does she get time served in Russia?
I doubt it. She's probably in a fucking penal colony, which, for her, she doesn't want to hear the word penal. You know what I mean? She doesn't like the penal. Those WNBA gals, I'm assuming, don't care for the penal.
No, there's some that care for the penal.
I don't think they do.
I think a lot of them say, I'm not gay. I like boys.
Right.
Yeah, but you look like, you're 6'5".
Yeah. I didn't know about
the
non-chartered, but it makes sense. It makes sense, though, because there's no one at their games. They're not making money.
There's only a few teams that can afford it. So one of the coaches, I forgot what team, he was fined $500,000 because last season he chartered planes for his team. $500,000. It probably cost him $1 million to charter them, right?
Yeah, I mean, nice of him to do that, but again, I mean, I don't even know how the league lasts. I'm not just joking here. There's no one at the games. How does that?
Well, that is the
survive?
issue. That is the issue. The equal pay thing, and it's like, well, if the sport generated enough money,
no one's watching them.
That's what I'm saying. There's no money. There's no
money.
sponsorship. I mean, there's minimal compared to men's basketball, and that's the issue. People are all upset by that. They're like, well, women equal rights and equal pay, and it's like it has nothing. It was a big controversial thing a few years ago.
You shouldn't be upset. You shouldn't be upset.
Get the numbers.
It's like you and I
you'll get the pay.
Are not making right. You and I don't make what Sebastian Maniscalco makes. He sells tickets. Then he makes bigger money. The NBA, those games are sold out. They have stars. Nobody goes to a WNBA game. I mean, honestly,
you're saying
you're
saying it's an exaggeration. It's an exaggeration. Certain teams in certain parts of the country do okay or do well, but
What's
most of them do not. So you can't equate non-ticket sales, non-sponsorship, or very little sponsorship to equal pay with men's basketball.
If they were popular, you would see it on TV.
They share the pot. You share the pot. LeBron sells tickets. Michael Jordan would sell tickets when he was in another city other than his own. It would sell out to come see one of the greats. So that guy was getting,
of course,
big bucks. Yeah.
And that's the way it is. It's all fair. It's a fair system. It's like, they say with comedy, it's one of the what do you call it? What's that word? Meritocracy. How do you pronounce that? Where it's fair. Yeah. It's not mediocre, but but it's based on if you're funny, you work and you can make some money, and if you're not, you're not, and it's very fair. It's not like if you're in the military, if you stay in for 20 years. You get a raise and you get promoted. Even if you're dumb as shit and don't know your job, if you stay in there and don't get in trouble, you get promoted. Whereas comedy it's not like that. You can be in this 35 years and be an open micer
and make the same money that you were 5 years ago.
Oh, well, that's us. Now I'm depressed. We're the WNBA for God's sake.
if you look at our numbers, what we were making when we first started, and we didn't have any concept of it. The money that they were paying MCs and middles is now headliner money. In many cases.
I know.
The ticket price has gone up. The drink price has gone up.
Yeah.
The club owners are making a lot more money.
Big money.
But if you sell tickets, then you get to call the shots.
That's right. That's right. And that's fair. I mean, that is a fair system. You don't have to like the guy or anything, but it's like these club owners, they'll hire, like people get mad. They go, oh, a TikTok star was in there. He can't do an hour. It's like, who cares? He sold out 2 shows on a Wednesday night. You think the club owner's concerned with his material?
Nope.
He didn't give a fuck. He's not even going to watch them. It doesn't matter. 2 sold out shows, 1 billion drinks. Cuts him a big check, and the kid leaves. Yep. So that's fair. It's not bothering.
He shows videos
didn't
of
take
his
work away.
He shows videos from his YouTube and TikTok account. Takes Q&A, and maybe he has a friend or 2 on there as well, and they talk about how they made a video.
That's great.
And they're killing it. But the thing is, it's in a comedy club. That's the issue. But it's not a comedy club. It's a venue.
Right, but you didn't lose work. Like, it's not, it's the same kind of theory with, Mexicans are stealing our jobs. Nobody's stealing your job. Nobody wants that job. And a Wednesday night at the comedy club went to a TikTok star. You're going to...
Oh, yes.
You're fine.
The smart
comics love that. We sit around and that's what they want to bitch about instead of their act or their social media being weak. It's, the TikTok stars, they're not even comics and they're selling out. Okay. Good for them.
But I do have to say, let me interject here. I do have to say, I've seen them mostly on weeknights, not weekends.
That's what I'm saying. Wednesday night or Tuesday night, they sell it out.
Afternoon shows.
Great.
Like I've gone to a comedy club on a Thursday, and some TikTok star had a matinee show, and there was a line of people. I'm like, wow, we're going to do great tonight. And then 80% of them leave.
Right. He exactly. Well, like Brad Upton, who's a good comic and a friend of ours and all, but he does like he was in Tampa. He did a matinee at the Improv because he can fill 300 seats in Tampa. He can't do a weekend. He can't do a Friday night. But his audience is an older crowd, and if you bill him at 3 p.m. on a Friday or a Saturday, they're going to go. And he filled it up, and then that's the way to do it. Exactly. Instead of doing 5 shows and, half full, 3/4 empty. No, do the 1 show, sell it out, and get out of town.
I do remember we went into the Improv in Tampa. I think it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday. And as the 2 dicks, this is 4 years ago, maybe, we did that. And there was no interest in the staff, had no interest in coming there. They were not happy. And all of a sudden, we got busy. We were busy. We went past the pole. That was the thing. If you reach the pole or past it, that means you're busy. And then all of a sudden, they're running around like chickens with their head cut off. Oh, shit, we're short-staffed. Because they were all going to make a couple $100 each. But we were just testing the waters. I'm not saying we were guaranteed.
Right. It was a Tuesday or a Wednesday. And we did a little that morning TV, which, always helps. And then we had our little group, and I mean, I think it was a Wednesday night. But to get past, that's more than half the room is full. So they made money, they had fun, and we had a good time. So but we were kind of on that. We did the Visanis in Port Charlotte, we did Tampa, but then COVID and then everything kind of got stalled. But those are fun, man. Those are great, to do. Especially we could film it all during the day and do shows at night.
That's what I wanted to get to. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but that was the one other episode that didn't make it. Didn't see the
that one
light of day.
Never saw anything.
But I say that, but I have to recant because we actually did take pieces of it and put them in the next episode as flashbacks. So it wasn't a total loss.
Right.
And,
well,
of course, Helen Keeney saved our ass again.
Yeah, she's the go-to when you need strong comedic female. Boom, get Helen. Done. It's not disappoint, but I'm still gonna lay out. I'm still hopeful we're gonna see some Vegas dicks.
We got to throw Bernadette Pauly in that category too, because we shot a full episode.
Bernie,
with
of
her.
course. Atlantic City.
Yep.
The Two Dicks in the Woman. Check it out. She was great.
Crushed
and
it. Yeah.
Funny voice, and she looked great in it. And that was great. It was a really fun one.
Mm-hmm.
No problems on that one. We had 3 people. We did it. That was all crisp and clear, and no blind deaf directors involved.
When Ducharme writes a script, he puts like
screen.
11 people in it. When Romas writes a script, there's 2 or 3. That's it, max. And it quadruples our problems when we have more people in it. And I'm sorry for that, but that's just
what have I said?
My mind works.
Every episode, I say, let's just get a camera, and me and you. That's it. And then you write a script with fucking 47 people and multiple sets, and
Yep.
I just want a camera and us and some ad-libbing and some laughs. That's it. That's all. That's what we're looking for in the Two Dicks. Check it out on YouTube.
I'm just trying to mix it. I was
The
just trying to
Two
mix
Dicks.
it up. I always like to mix it up, because if we do 2 or 3 of those where it's just me and you,
Got to mix it up.
have a guest, and then we had a 2-year hiatus, so I just wanted to make a bigger production out of this. And
No, it's a good. It was a good episode. If it comes out, it was a good story. There's funny. There's some good acting. I mean, it was actually a good one. But we shall see. And then there was one other thing I wanted to bring up, and it just popped out of my fucking head. Oh man, what would 2 Dicks?
on the next Fading
2
Minds.
Dicks. Oh, got it. I'm back. We should talk about volume 200. What we're gonna do? We have 3 to go. 3 will be number 200. Should do something exciting, maybe.
Yes, I already have something planned. We have 47 guests.
Oh, there are plans.
Yes,
Plans.
we have 47 guests that are going to be on, and they're all going to be doing 3 minutes.
Are we going? We're
In
going to go
green-
live. Is this
green
a live one?
It's up to you. We haven't actually. I'm making it up. You were making fun of the 2 Dicks, too many people in the cast.
Yeah. I think we should. I think a live, maybe on Facebook. 7:30, 8 p.m. kind of deal. Have our 200th and have people watching and commenting, and maybe either Instagram or Facebook. I don't know which.
Isn't there a way to do both at the same time? I mean, I
think there is.
I can record it anyways and then rebroadcast it at a later time. But last time the first time we did Facebook streaming live a few years ago,
a couple of years
two and a half years ago, we didn't know what we were doing. And you wanted to tell these stories, but then there's people chiming in live, and they start asking you questions, and you got to respond to them. And I'm responding, I'm reading, and I'm responding. And you go, shut up! I'm telling a story. I'm like, no, we're interacting. We have to interact.
Right.
If we don't interact, we lose them. And sure enough, people started going, well, you're not answering my question. Boom, and they were gone. And I'm like,
right.
The whole point is to sew in and out.
I know. I get it.
Your story was fascinating.
I understand now. I understand completely now. And but we could do it. We could do it a day or two before the Monday, which would be the 200th, and that when it's recorded, and then on that Monday, the 200th airs, and that's the one that was live. So we could do it maybe like on a Friday or a Thursday previous to the Monday, and then 200 episodes, get everybody involved, and it might be fun. You never know who pops in. Facebook might be better than Instagram, just because we both have a lot of followers and friends.
We have about 10,000 friends. I would say 1,000, 1,200 of them are the same people. So it gives us a bigger pool, 7,000+.
Yeah. So let's we'll promote it as it gets closer on everything, and hopefully you and I will figure out a date to do it. We'll look where we are, because we got to have the good Wi-Fi. Can't have any any wonky shit. But
yes, logistics, whatnot.
Logistics, baby. But this one was, I thought, clear from my end here. You've been clear, no freezing. It's been good. It's been good Wi-Fi experience for this one, for 197 volume.
197. Are we wrapping this up?
Can you believe it? I'm ready to wrap, sir. I'm in a warm room. This room is going to require some air conditioning if I'm going to be back out here in the future. Woo.
Did we talk about your humidor? I know we talked about it off
I got my do-rag.
Did you
I got a do-rag going.
Let's just wrap it up real quick.
Like a fat comic on stage.
Turn your camera towards your new humidor, please. I want to check it out.
Okay, hold on.
Romas has a $550 humidor with temperature control. He got it on Facebook Marketplace for $150. Major score. Brand new in the box. The guy received it as a gift. He admired it at someone else's house. They bought him one as a gift, and he doesn't smoke cigars. So it ended up in his garage. The guy says, I don't smoke cigars. So major score for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, pure and timing, just luck. I just happened to look and thought, let me just see if people are selling humidors. Like, what's going on out there? I wasn't even looking to buy one. And then I saw this, and I was like, $150. And I just wrote immediately, I go, is it available? And is it work? Does it? And they're like, yeah, it's perfect condition. You want it? I'm like, I'll be there. Yeah. Too sweet.
Well, I look forward to paying you guys a visit and sitting out.
Yeah, we look forward to that too. Yeah. Sure.
It's okay. I'll stay in a hotel. I'll stay in a hotel down the street. Is there a nearby hotel?
There are. There's plenty. But no, we welcome you. And yeah, this room, I will be broadcasting from here in future episodes with the cigar. This is going to turn this whole thing into a cigar lounge. And can you imagine that? A woman saying, use the back room, make a cigar lounge.
Well,
hard to believe.
You better start shopping for a ring. I'm going to tell you right now.
It's hard. Ring. We have the ring outside the front door. It's good. Shows you who's at the door. And yeah, we got one, man. We're all set. Thanks, though.
See ya!
See ya!
Good luck in prison.
Iceberg, dead ahead.
Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right.
Subscribe.
Mary.
This was a horrible mistake.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.